Hi, and welcome to our Tuesday Bible study. I'm Eric, the pastor here at Trinity.
I'm Trish. I'm a long-term member here at Trinity.
Long-term member. Good. We have short-term members, too.
You do. We do.
The membership rates can vary in term according to your... Hold on. Sorry. It's a good thing. Because I'm still a midterm member.
You are.
Technically speaking. All right. Well, let's start. As you know, I like the Old Testament readings. So I'm going to start with the reading from Genesis. We're in Genesis until the end of this month. So reading from Genesis. Jacob settled in the land where his father had lived as an alien, the land of Canaan. These are the descendants of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was shepherding the flock with his brothers. He was a helper and to the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought a bad report of them to their father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than any other of his children because he was the son of his old age, and he made him an ornamented robe. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him and could not speak peaceably to him. Now his brothers went to pasture their flock near Shechem, and Israel said to Joseph, "Aren't your brothers pasturing the flock at Shechem? Come, I will send you to them." He answered, "Here I am." So he said to him, "Go now, see if it is well with your brothers and the flock, and bring word back to me." So he sent him from the valley of Hebron. He came to Shechem, and a man found him wandering in the fields. The man asked him, "What are you seeking?" "I'm seeking my brothers," he said. "Tell me, please, where are they pasturing the flock?" The man said, "They've gone away, for I heard them say, 'Let us go to Dothan.'" So Joseph went after his brothers and found them at Dothan. They saw him from a distance, and before he came near to them, they conspired to kill him. They said to one another, "Here comes this dreamer. Come now, let us kill him and throw him into one of the pits. Then he will say that a wild animal has devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams." But when Reuben heard it, he delivered him out of their hands, saying, "Let us not take his life." Reuben said to them, "Shed no blood. Throw him into this pit here in the wilderness, but lay no hand on him, that he might rescue him out of their hand and restore him to his father." So when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe, the ornamented robe that he wore, and they took him and threw him into a pit. The pit was empty. There was no water in it. When they sat down to eat, and looking up, they saw a caravan of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead, with their camels carrying gum, balm, and resin on their way to carry it down to Egypt. Then Judah said to his brothers, "What profit is it if we kill our brother and conceal his blood? Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites and not lay our hands on him, for he is our brother, our own flesh." And his brothers agreed. When some Midianite traders passed by, they drew Joseph up, lifting him out of the pit, and sold him to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, and they took Joseph to Egypt. What a terrible family.
How do they think their dad's going to react to that?
Right. Goodness gracious. Yeah. We skipped the dream part where Joseph interprets the dreams that he has that essentially say, "I'm better than everybody else in my family." At least that's how it's heard. We know the story to know that he will become a very powerful person. But as the interpretations were first heard, it was not received well by his brothers. Yeah.
Seems there's always sibling rivalry in any family.
And of course the favoritism.
Right.
Been passed down from generation to generation here. Oh gosh. But yeah, well, and this one is weird because Joseph literally gets a special garment. Special footnote: we're reconciling a Christ congregation. So a thing that I want to raise up is the only other time that the word that describes this garment is used is to describe a bride's wedding garment. It's a pretty princess dress.
Okay.
Which is interesting to give to your son.
True. Does he ever marry?
Joseph, he does. He has very interesting relationships that we are told about. Because, of course, he will be the one who runs out on Potiphar's wife who's trying to have sex with him, but he runs away naked and she keeps his... Right. He does end up getting married because he's the second most powerful man in Egypt.
Right.
Right. it's interesting the way that we bring our sexual mores and morals
Back.
into readings where there's something different happening. So yeah, but I do want to note that because we have these ideas about what these stories bring, and of course a lot of folks who will think of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, the musical, especially Donny Osmond.
It's also been done in Akron for many years.
There you go.
Yeah.
But they will have a particular idea about what Joseph is supposed to look like that may have absolutely nothing to do with what he actually looked like.
True.
So it's just we bring our own stories into the readings of this story.
Thankfully, I don't know anyone who threw a sibling into the pit and let them be taken away.
This is the interesting
thing,
the
news, I guess.
because they agreed. His 10 brothers agreed to sell it to kill him, and then Reuben says, "Well, we should do something else," and then not just Reuben, who was the other one. It was Judah, who says, "No, we shouldn't kill him." So like they say we should kill him, and then they say we shouldn't kill him. And
but it was 2 people who stood up.
Yeah,
for him,
well, they were scheming,
sort of.
Right? Because Reuben was like, "Well, we're going to put not necessarily to get money," because Reuben said, "Well, we'll put him in the pit, and then I'll come back later, and I'll be the hero because I'll restore his son that he loves." But Judah says, "Why don't we just sell him off?" Goodness gracious. So, here I am. That's hinane in Hebrew. I don't know that that matters, but it's one of those things that I know. The reason it matters is because it's what people in the Old Testament say when God calls on them. Here I am. Here I am. It's what Samuel is told to say when he hears the voice in the temple that is not his master calling him, but is God calling him. So what you should say is, "Here I am." Hinane. That there is this recognition that something important is going to happen. So that's a literary device that happens in the Old Testament. And then, of course, in a day before GPS and tracking your phones and location tracking. Where are they? They're over there. I don't know where they are. Hey, stranger, do you know what you're looking for? No. That's hilarious. I mean, here is Jacob, now Israel, his favorite son. He's sending him off. He says, "Go find your brothers." And he doesn't know where they are.
What was he thinking?
Right?
What was he thinking?
Like, this is your favorite son, and you're treating him like this. It's a weird family.
People who don't know what GPSs do for us. When I first moved to Akron, I had a cousin getting married downtown at a Lutheran church, but it's on a one-way street. It's no longer there. But I was lost for like an hour because I thought I knew where I was going, but there were a lot of one-way streets, and I almost missed the wedding. And I stopped. I was looking for a phone box. I was looking for a policeman. Nobody knew. Nobody, and I just kind of kept going in circles until I finally found it. And like I said, I almost missed the wedding.
Yeah.
But so, as my friend Kelly would say, I am directionally challenged, and it's really good that I have GPSs in my life. So
absolutely,
I can sympathize with him.
Right. It's again, this is just such a weird story. As are many of these, like
the Old Testament, particularly.
Yeah. Like, we know what will come of it. We know that there's going to be reconciliation, but we know that this is God's works
will.
through all of this to make sure that His people have a place. But boy, it's
hard to look that far ahead when you're in the middle of it.
But it is good to hear that sibling rivalries have been around, well, we should forever, since there were siblings.
Right, Cain and Abel.
Right. Mm-hmm. So if you're having challenges with your siblings, welcome to life. If you're not having challenges with your siblings, be thankful.
Mm-hmm.
But wow. Yeah. And if you're a parent, be careful of that favoritism. Does not help.
My mother always tried to be very even with all of her children. Her mother was always bragging on one of the granddaughters or, one of the grandkids in front of the others, and we always hated it.
Yes.
Although I don't think she realized what she was doing.
Right.
So, but you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Complimenting one kid in front of another.
Right.
So.
It is interesting because we're still in Genesis. The Ishmaelites, they're kin.
Okay.
Right? These are the descendants of Ishmael, Abraham's first son.
Okay.
But not the one who ends up becoming the one through whom the family blessing follows. Right?
Right.
So that there is, we are being reminded that he is being sold to family who will end up selling him off to strangers.
But he's resilient.
He is resilient. And also a little bit full of himself.
That might help.
The two are not unrelated, let's be clear. Right? But boy, he goes through a lot in his life, Joseph does. He could have saved himself some of the challenge with a little bit of wisdom. Modesty. But these things are learned over
He's
time.
only 17 here.
Right.
It says.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of self-confidence in a lot of teenagers. Not all teenagers, but a lot of teenagers.
Yeah.
They're...
a lot of bravado. A lot of...
Yes, that's it.
The idea that you can't be hurt.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for as the term. Yes, right.
Invulnerability, yeah. But, yeah, not yet paired with that wisdom to calm one down.
So it's an interesting story because, it shows him all the way from teenhood
right
until leadership role.
Yeah.
So and how that...
And it's not a straight trajectory. It's really up and down, and it's, hard stories. Yeah. So just because you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth doesn't mean you're going to keep it there the entire time.
And have no challenges in life.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to read the psalm for us?
Okay, sure. It's Psalm 105, selected verses. Give thanks to the Lord and call upon God's name. Make known the deeds of the Lord among the peoples. Sing to the Lord, sing praises, and speak of all God's marvelous works. Glory in God's holy name. Let the hearts of those who seek the Lord rejoice. Search for the strength of the Lord. Continually seek God's face. Remember the marvels God has done, the wonders and the judgments of God's mouth. O offspring of Abraham, God's servant, O children of Jacob, God's chosen ones. Then God called for a famine in the land and destroyed the supply of bread. The Lord sent a man before them, Joseph, who was sold as a slave. They bruised his feet in fetters, his neck they put in an iron collar. Until his prediction came to pass, the word of the Lord tested him. The king sent and released him. The ruler of the peoples set him free, setting him as a master over his household, as a ruler over all his possessions, to instruct his princes according to his will, and to teach his elders wisdom. Alleluia.
Yeah. But what a strange section of Psalm 105. But you see why they picked it.
Right.
Because this tells the Joseph story.
Well, and it looks a little further ahead than the Old Testament.
It tells more of it.
Right.
Yeah. That there is this, it is a marvel. Like what God does through Joseph's life is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I always love that. We got to run to the end of the psalm and grab that little bit so we can get Alleluia at the end.
Oh.
Come on. Sure, fine, but come on.
It just sounds good in a psalm.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
So.
Anything really jump out at you? This is really just a retelling.
Yeah.
It raises up the glory that God does through people's lives.
I was looking at this verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Until his prediction came to pass, the word of the Lord tested him.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're going to get it all right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that he was tested through time.
Right.
And
all
so,
the stuff that he had to endure.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So we don't always get our answers right now.